everybody, and good morning. It's the Rob from Kiss 106 and 103GBFRocks.com. Here with my tag team partner in podcasting. I can't even think of a gimmick for you today. The immaculate Jerry Valeri. Good morning, Jer.
I'm the one and only. Ricochet can kiss my butthole.
The one and only. Oh, why are you taking a name at Ricochet already?
I know I like Ricochet actually, but I'm taking that name. It's mine, the one and only Jerry Valeri.
Hey, I wanna start, if you don't mind, by wishing your wife a happy birthday.
I know. Happy birthday to Kelly. How about that?
Part of the 2017 feud of the year. Was it 2017 or 16?
It was 2017 and I think 18. I think it won 2 years in a row. But the year of the ladder match was 2017.
Yeah, that was just fantastic. If anyone wants to see our best episode ever.
It's her birthday, and a lot of the birthday plans are unfortunately being snowed upon right now, but we'll still have a good day.
Did you have plans?
We always, when a Valeri has a birthday, Valeri picks where they go to eat, in addition to all the other stuff. And so it's home. Tonight's dinner's at home.
Gotcha.
It happened to Allison, too. That's what those suckers get for having winter birthdays. You know, you got to be more prepared when your parents are doing it.
It's very selfish. I agree.
You got to time it.
What is one of her? Is she like good for the same restaurant every year?
No, not really. She likes to mix it up. She loves Thai food, so I think it was going to be Thai food tonight.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Sorry that I'm missing it, or sorry that I had to eat Thai food?
Sorry that you have to have Thai food in your house at times.
I like Thai food. I don't mind it. I'd rather have sushi.
Oh man, I don't even like sushi. I'd rather have that than Thai food.
When she gets the Thai, I just get like I get like the family platter of sushi. I don't, and they look at me like, you're gonna, and they think they put it in the middle, and then I just slide it in front of me. Like, no, this is for me.
Oh, I don't like sushi that much. When I have to get sushi, I can find something I can tolerate and stick with it.
I'm like Chris Pratt in Parks and Rec. He's got a line where his character says, "Oh no, I'm allergic to sushi. Anytime I have 80 or more pieces, I throw up."
Where do you go on your birthday? I'm curious.
All over the place. I usually want a steak. You get me in front of a steak, a good steak.
So this past birthday, that's usually what we do too. It's whoever's birthday it is, just we pick where you want to have dinner and we go there. But since Brittany's a vegetarian, she actually nipped I wanted to go to Red Lobster, which is like my favorite place to eat. So she said, no, we're going to Brewburger. So we went to Brewburger for my birthday, which is still good.
But you wanted Red Lobster.
Correct. Red Lobster was first choice.
Well, listen, when you and I went on a date, when we went to Kentucky Kingdom, you and I'm a good date. We went to Red Lobster, pal.
You've actually, my entire life, I've only gotten one order at Red Lobster. I've only gotten Walt's Seaside Trio.
Sure.
And you converted me to the Ultimate Feast. It may cost $10 more, but that lobster tail is worth it.
Dude, I love the Ultimate Feast for so many reasons. I'm telling you, that was my go-to in college. That Ultimate Feast got me so laid. Like, listen, you take a girl to Red Lobster, you get her the Ultimate Feast, you're gonna get to know her in a biblical sense.
Is that the one? That's what got you, I believe it was 12 dumps in 6 hours at my place?
Yes. I mean, in college, it used to get their ankles to their ears, and at your place, it got me in the bathroom so much.
Welcome to Evansville, pal. Let's talk about SmackDown, if you don't mind.
Welcome to State College, where the Ultimate Feast can get you laid.
Hey, it didn't work for me.
By the way, rural Pennsylvania news story of the day. Before the snow hit, we had one big road closing and road alert, and it's because a whole herd of cows got out and blocked an interstate.
That has happened to us here in Evansville.
I'm sure. It's
those medium-sized markets, pal. Don't even worry about it.
Don't worry about a thing. That's America right there.
So I would have to imagine if you guys didn't like Raw, which, by the way, I was really surprised at the feedback we got. I thought everyone was going to be on my side. There was a lot more support for you than I was expecting.
I thought it was terrible. I thought it was terrible, and the more I thought about it, the more angry I got that I didn't bash it enough.
I will say this. I'm starting to get your point. I think you bashed it enough personally. I don't think it was that bad. And I
thought the Paul Heyman thing was laughable. I mean, we've gotten to the point now where Paul Heyman's got to cut a promo to introduce a promo voiced by Paul Heyman. That's how little Brock Lesnar shows up.
That's the design of it, though.
No, but I mean, it is designed, but it's not at the same time. It's old.
I didn't support that promo specifically. My thing was just, I'm surprised they had all those huge call-ups all on one show, and everyone was so dissatisfied with it. Unsatisfied.
I felt that the call-ups were better executed on SmackDown.
Oh, I disagree there, but okay, we can talk about it. My opening comment about SmackDown was going to be, if y'all hated Raw, I can't imagine you liked SmackDown last night.
Well, I didn't. I liked SmackDown more than Raw, and it might be because, well, it's probably because it was an hour less of it.
That could be.
For one, there was no Kurt Hawkins. You know, I didn't have to deal with any of that business, and there wasn't like as much filler. Plus, I think that I don't like the dudes that Raw has right now. Like, I'm not enjoying the Raw talent.
That's totally understandable.
I'm not enjoying Braun Strowman right now as much as I was. I'm not enjoying Lashley at all. Elias is stale to me. Finn Balor's not being used properly, and he's always in feuds with either Elias or Bobby Lashley. So, like, I don't care about that. The guys that I liked on Raw aren't really there anymore. And that's weird because they got rid of Roman Reigns, and it actually hurt the product, it seems. I don't know.
I'm not going to go that far. Although for people who are agreeing with Jerry, my understanding is 1 week after WrestleMania, you can expect a superstar shakeup.
I think that'll be good because all the guys that I like to watch are on SmackDown, which is why I think they did what they did with Raw and the NXT call-ups. I'm just very confused. Are they call-ups? I think tonight we're going to get the answer.
I think that I nailed it yesterday. While they haven't explicitly told us, I think they are going to be on all brands.
Third brand. But does that mean we're going to have, when we have a superstar shakeup, you could have, like, for instance, Goldust could end up on NXT. Is that possible?
Possible, yes. I'm just going to go with a hard yes.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
But I think that they are going to be on both brands.
I just don't want WWE to do to NXT what they did to WWE's version of ECW when they tried that, putting guys there that just didn't really belong or whatever.
Well,
they've got a good thing going with NXT.
Yeah, but they still need that farm system. When they were doing the WWE CW thing, they had their own farm system. I think it was OVW at the time. It could have been Florida. But it was, they had that farm system in place. So this time they're still kind of farming, their own talent through NXT, which is, I think, the most important goal of what NXT is supposed to do. I
enjoyed, I think that all four superstars from NXT nailed it both nights. I mean,
yeah.
Would you consider all four of them? I mean, I didn't like that they made all of them solidly mid-card. So they weren't, and Raw needed a main event more than SmackDown did, really. More main eventers than SmackDown. So to have like Aleister Black go against Elias when they could have done something a little bit more with that, or have Gargano and Ciampa at the main event of Raw, that might have changed the taste in my mouth just a little bit. But I thought what they did last night was great. And I loved the match. I enjoyed the match with The Bar more than their match with Revival.
I can agree to that. Brittany and I both thought we lost Tommaso Ciampa last night.
His knee went the wrong direction.
That was
already.
Ugly.
I was like, already? I was upset about it.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, we just got him and now we lost him. And I think the ref even stepped off camera, I think, to give the X. But he seemed like he was okay after he just, rolled out for a second.
So he makes the hot tag and he rolls out, and then I just watched the crowd, and they were all looking at him.
Same.
And I was like, this is bad.
I was looking for all the signs, and they were all there. And I bet you he was concerned legitimately, but then he was like, had a reality check, and he was like, okay, I'm okay.
Stretched it out a little bit, and they let him work it out a little bit off camera, and it made the breakup of the 2 count a real surprise because I didn't think he was going to come in, and then he did, and I was like, oh, this is a good sign, and he seemed okay.
Yeah, and Gargano did a really good job, you know, taking care of business for the both of them.
They kind of booked them as faces last night, which is weird since they're both heels on NXT, but it's whatever.
I think that they're being booked as baby faces on the main roster for sure. Are they? Are you sure they're heels on NXT? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I don't know.
Ciampa sure is. Ciampa sure is. And after that last takeover, I'm pretty sure Gargano is.
Okay.
Yeah, Ciampa definitely is. I mean, that's just he couldn't even help himself last night. He just looks like a heel, and I like how he carries the belt.
So
just holds it like you can't take it from
like
me.
A baby. Yeah.
And Sheamus was making fun of him for it, and they were laughing. And I thought Cesaro had line of the night when he said, "Oh, I didn't know that it was bring your NXT superstar to work day."
Cesaro has those zingers sometimes.
It's time to say it. I know we've all probably thought it for a while, but wow, the bar is great. Those are two guys I didn't care about separate at all. They put them together, and I was like, oh, who cares? And I think they're great as a tag team.
I'll meet you halfway. I think that they're okay. I'm just a Cesaro guy. I'm a Cesaro guy, not a Sheamus guy. I
know you always hated Sheamus, but he's more interesting in this tag team than he ever was as a single.
Yeah, I can definitely tolerate him now that he's with Cesaro and has been for a while. So let me ask you, I'm curious about something. When the first time we see those four guys on the main roster, which was Monday, you didn't like, how can seeing them the next night and you like the show better? I'm confused. Because the Ricochet one really put a bad taste in my mouth. I hated that Triple H came out and gave that bland Triple H promo, and Triple H goes ahead and tells us that they're all going to show up, and then Ricochet comes out in like a surprise fashion. Like they didn't have anything planned for him, but he was going to show up tonight, but he surprises to save Finn Balor. It just seemed super staged. And I didn't like the fact that they told us they were going to be there. That was a common complaint with the post-to-post universe.
I didn't like it. And then it made more sense to say they were going to be there at least on SmackDown because they were there the night before on Raw. Sure. And Shane's like, well, we're bringing them in here and we're going to do it this way. That's okay. But to debut them with just such a boring...
See, I guess...
also thought, I don't know. I feel weird complaining about it because these are the guys that I wanted.
This is 4 all-star guys.
These are the guys that I wanted. But it's not like they've done anything with the other guys that they just brought up.
I agree. But that's a separate complaint. Obviously, it seems like, here's the thing with these NXT call-ups, with all of them, it seems like they have no plan for them. Whether you're talking about this 4 or the previous 4.
EC3, at least it seems like there's a little bit of a plan with maybe Heavy Machinery. I think they're just comedy at this point. And that's their plan.
But that's okay. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. You've always said the kiss of death is when we cut from camera and you're already in the ring and we don't see your intro. Yeah. I think the second level of that kiss of death is when your opponents come to the ring the next thing you know, your entrance is happening during the commercial break. And like I could see Sanity coming out, but you couldn't hear the entrance. Sanity's just so buried right now. And I thought Eric Young put on a good match.
Yeah, no, I thought it was okay. Okay, then.
They're done.
I did not expect you to like SmackDown better than Raw, but that's okay. I was also, one thing I didn't like about SmackDown too was I felt like they kept saying, I don't know, maybe I'm making this up, but I thought they kept saying that 6-man tag main event was going to determine who would face Daniel Bryan.
They sure did.
That was so weird.
And I didn't know how they were going to determine that.
They didn't want us to know because it was a lie.
Right.
And then basically they just announced that it's going to be Kofi Kingston, which, by the way, if you watch the episode from our recap episode of Elimination Chamber, this is what I was explaining to you. You may be getting what you want and just not realizing it.
It'll be really cool. I keep reading that they're very fluid. And that the plan wasn't Kofi Kingston at FastLane. How lucky is Kofi Kingston right now that Mustafa Ali got hurt?
He should be sending thank you notes to Mustafa Ali faster than he can write them.
Now, I do not believe that Mustafa Ali was going to end up getting the FastLane main event. I feel like this is a Kofi Kingston thing. This is them actually listening to the crowd and saying, let's act on this.
So let me ask you.
I don't think Kofi Kingston will be a main event in WrestleMania, but if people go crazy over the next couple of weeks, if they start treating him like the male Becky Lynch, who knows?
So let me ask you this, because we disagreed about this pretty fiercely on Monday's episode. Now I'm going to ask you, in light of everything we know now, wasn't Sunday the wrong time to give Kofi the belt?
I won't say wrong time. I would have been happy with it. It might have been. It might not be as satisfying as when he gets it at FastLane if he does, but I wanted it. All I said was, right or wrong, it would have made me happy. And they didn't make me happy, and I got pissy.
No, but you accused them of not listening, and it seemed like you thought it was the wrong decision. It wasn't just I would have been happy. You said a lot more.
I would have been happy.
I know you would have been happy. I mean,
happy.
I would have been happy. The guy deserves the belt, but we could do it better.
Well, and I thought for a little while there, I was afraid that they were not going to listen because then I was going to be right because I'm watching Randy Orton and Samoa Joe, and they're talking about them maybe being and I was like, oh God. If it's not Kofi Kingston, they're not listening. Then they just did what I thought that they did. I'm glad to be wrong in this case, and they are actually listening. Because if you beat Kofi Kingston in the Elimination Chamber, and then they go back to feuding with the Bar, then what's the freaking point? And that's annoying. But it's a very WWE thing to do. Nope.
So
instead they rode it high, and I love what they did with New Day last night. They interview him in the Gorilla, and then they give the mic right to Big E, and he does his intro, and you get to see him do the intro. That was fun. Nolans!
I do like when they flash to gorilla position. That is fun.
I always get excited about that, and I bet that's a high pressure place to do an interview because you've got Vince just watching you.
I mean, he's always watching.
Always, but you see him.
So you know how these go up as articles on 103gbfrocks.com.
Yeah,
I thought I had an interesting line. The first line of the blog actually reads, "Last night on WWE SmackDown Live, fans around the world got the announcement they've been waiting for nearly 7 days. Kofi Kingston is the #1 contender for Daniel Bryan's WWE Heavyweight Championship."
He's been waiting for 11 years. We've been waiting for 2-3 weeks, maybe.
2-3. Jerry, it was last SmackDown that he had the 50-minute match. No one was talking about him being champion before that.
I was.
You're full of it.
Not with you and not on air or anything, but I mean, I was talking with everybody else about it.
Okay, I'm sure. Is there anything else we should mention, or should we wrap things up?
I'm trying to think. Mandy Rose beat Asuka.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, I'm glad you brought that up. She is in the ring coming along.
The Elimination Chamber, she showed us some stuff, and then last night she showed us some stuff. It looks like that's going to be the FastLane gig. I'm okay with it.
She's not, Charlotte, Becky, Sasha level yet, but she's coming along.
SmackDown Live has to do something for their women right now because their two best women are dealing with Ronda Rousey.
And then
so they need to come up with something else.
The other thing that jumped out at me was there was no Becky on Raw or SmackDown, although we did see her on Sunday.
Right.
So,
and that bruise on Charlotte's arm, man, that's something special.
That's got to be a shoot, I think. That was she laid it into her on Sunday.
She put him in. She laid him in.
Yeah. So is that what you're going to be doing later on today? You're going to be taking the crutch to the arm of Charlotte?
Possibly, because it's Kelly's birthday. And I think for her birthday, she doesn't want me sweating on top of her. On my birthday, I want a beach.
It's really not too much to ask.
I don't know if I'm going to get a beach on her birthday. I would bet no.
I think it's a pretty safe bet. Unless you're coming to Evansville, I might,
So I'm going to go over to that road on Center Hall Mountain where that herd of cows was, and I'm going to beat the hell out of them for a little while.
Jerry, you're the best, pal. Thank you so much. Listen, Tuesday, we will be back with another episode. We'll recap Raw and figure out what's going on with all these NXT call-ups and everything like that. Jerry, thank you so much. We'll see you on Tuesday.
I care about you.
You too, pal.